Hello and welcome everyone. Now we are going to learn about the subroutine. So, are you also excited to learn that how the routine is called as subroutine? Well, I am excited indeed. Well, let's learn together, my dear friends, and let's learn and explore something awesomely exciting. So, let's start with the definition that what it is called and what is like to be a subroutine. So, from the definition, it's just a small piece of program, small piece of program that the programming languages that we use to write that is written that is written separately separately to reduce the overhead of rewriting rewriting them again and again. Subroutine can compare with function in high-level programming languages. Well, this is the definition of subroutine. So, as we can see, it's a small piece of program written separately to reduce the overhead of rewriting again and again. Like, if you know that uh, how many of you have done this kind of the homework in your junior schools or junior classes, I would say, same as CW. Well, CW means classwork. So, what work we used to get is generally write A, B, C, D in one page, one page, one page, one page. Well, I always used to think when I was in that much junior, actually just after the kindergarten or maybe these things are taught in the kindergarten, whichever class it is, I don't know, remember even. So in the kindergarten when they teach, I used to think why I should write everything again and again. Why should not I just learn it all in once? That's it. They give the same and similar homework every single day. When I grown up, I thought that they have also grown up, so they will not give me this kind of the homeworks. Then they discovered a new way of torturing me. So, well, we have all faced that thing. I am just sharing the pain with you. So the thing is, this is the book. Actually, let me make a book. Then I will discuss the subroutine in a quick way. Well, we were having a book in that we have chapters, questions, and answers. So, what our teacher used to say that in your notebook, you need to write 30 questions from this book, 40 questions from book 2, and 60 questions from this book. And this is the entire plan of our teachers to destroy our even the slightest of the holiday that we rarely get. Like if you get the Saturday and Sunday off, it's very frustrating for teachers, school teachers. They give a lot and lot of homework. Well, not everywhere it is like so, but I think you can imagine how it would like to be. Like it's already written in the book, you just have to rewrite it. Well, on the name of practice, they torture like this. Well, if I need to practice a particular answer 100 times, I am ready to commit 100 times. But when I understood anything just in once, why should I write it again and again and again? Well, oh my god, someone actually thought that it should it can be rewritten again and again. We can just go to a place, we can think, we can see that it's already there, we can just pick it up from there and can use wherever we want. That's what it means to be subroutine. Well, computers are and machines are more better than us. We have designed machines more carefully than we design the human being. Well, I can never understand that thing. But for our subject, let's come back to the subject thing. So in the subroutines, we write the program such that we do not need to write it again and again and again. So it's kind of the safety feature, I would like to say. Now, in that, I would like to address the addressing mode. So we already discussed the addressing mode, Om. So why you are just taking it again? Well, the purpose is not to give you the same thing again and again. The purpose is to teach you the immediate addressing mode. Immediate addressing mode. Addressing mode. I'm just writing AM. That means addressing mode. And the second one, register addressing mode. Okay, so you want to teach us these two things. That's why you written the addressing mode. Now we know that. It's good, good going. Well, not that easy, my dear friend. Not that easy. Well, I am not the devil, but you will feel like that. Just wait for a while. Now I'm going to present you the next addressing mode. Okay, so that is direct addressing mode. Direct addressing mode. Okay, now the fourth one, indirect addressing mode. Okay, in direct direct addressing mode. These all are the addressing mode. Remember, I'm just changing the color so that you can keep your focus here and you will not implicit your focus on so many places. Well, next one is implicit. Implicit addressing mode. What do you think? It's end? No, I would not like to end it. I will teach you everything what it takes. So here we have auto increment and decrement. Let me change the color. So we have auto increment. That was the plus plus thing, as I told you in the programming language we use it, and decrement. Decrement. This means minus minus. Addressing mode. This is also the addressing mode that we were covering. And now the next one. Let's change the color again. This time let's take the yellow. So the next addressing mode is relation relation addressing mode. The next one, oh please, how many of the addressing modes are there? But few more, my dear friend, few more. Then you will feel like that why I said that I will feel like devil to you. You will understand that thing. Well, relation addressing mode. After that, we have indexed addressing mode. So it is indexed addressing mode. So now, is it it? No, we want few more. What? Yes. Well, that's not my fault. These are all the addressing modes. I have to teach you every of the addressing mode. So this is base addressing mode, and good news for you, this is the end. So finally, this is the end. No, I am not writing anything else. This is just the base addressing mode. I chose the next page just to give you the excitement that it's even more, but it's not. So basically, if you count it down, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically 6, 7, 8, 9, and finally we have 10. So we have 10 kinds of the addressing mode. Well, I remembered it like this, that I R D I square A R I B. Well, you can remember any way you like. I remembered it in this way. Uh, well, when you study the engineering, you need to make such kind of the codes Well, I'll not call this as cheat code because we worked really hard. So what the cheating? There's no cheat. It's a kind of a little bit shortcut for the memory that if you apply the simplest of the thing after understanding every of these things, you can remember it easily. Like in chunks, like IRD. So IRD I square ARIB. That's it. I square ARIB. Well, you can remember and repeat it. Let's two times more. Let's repeat it, and then you will feel it's not that difficult. I square ARIB. I square ARIB. I square ARIB. Now let's repeat with its name. Immediate, register, direct, indirect, implicit, auto, in which increment, decrement, relation, index, base. That's it. Okay, I hope you have got it and you learned it. So let's address everything one after another. And also, I am not the devil, I am just your instructor. And I want you to be act like genius. So how can you be act like genius? Well, let's just take 1 minute away from this topic, and I want to discuss something. So let me discuss it here. Well, what to do? What to do when something seems too much? Well, this kind of the overwhelming feeling is quite very obvious. So you are not just alone who feel like why there is so much things and how in which world I'm going to remember all these things. And sometimes we feel like that why it is so boring and all that such things. 90% of the concept of boring being the boring, anything is boring, is just because of your less energy. So if you are having less energy, get energetic. How? Very easy. Have some relaxation, relax, ask question that why you have to study it, why, how you can study it, make tricks, make some tricks, and at the most important thing, let me tell you, your mind, your mind is infinite palace. So it's your palace, so you can allow anything you want. You just have to place it properly. Why you are studying, what you are studying, how you have to study. If you answer and figure out all these things, anything becomes very easy. Before entering into the world of engineering or something technical, you must have the curiosity. And if you are not feeling that much curious about any topic or any subject, I always recommend one thing, which is just ask the questions that why you have to study it, how is it related. Sometimes it will not even make some sense, but still we have to study few of the facts like why the apple is red. Well, it is red. What we can say about it? But if you query a little bit more, you will understand that because of its feature, because of its color, because of its chemistry, because of such things. In that journey, you surely learn that why it is red and the entire story. So if you are interested in that kind of the story, any story, whichever you want, whichever distraction you have right now in the mind, convert that distraction to your greatest ability to focus. Just ask the question. That easy, my dear friend. I discussed it at this point because we are studying some higher level, and it's not the hierarchy that we are studying. It takes time, discipline, understanding. There's so much technical, you might forget so many things, and in between, in middle way, you just have to recall it again and again. That is called the experience. That is called the practice. But when you practice, you will learn it, you will master it. But the most efficient way you can do because you are learning digital electronics along with the designing, along with understanding the digital design. Understand the design of your mind that you can change any way you want. So just understand that how your mind and memory is actually working, how you ask the question when you are not that much confident, when you skip the things which not you have, you don't have to skip that much thing, when you are practicing, when you are not practicing. Remember, I don't know that there are so many experiences and everyone is having their own experience, but I know one thing, that you have the infinite potential in your mind. That's what I dare to say, 100%. I don't have any single doubt about that, that you have 100% the ability to achieve that kind of the infinity. You just need your tools, tricks, tips, timing. That's it. That's all about it. Remember the clock diagram that we have made. Remember the flip-flop that we have made. If you learn one bit at a time and multiply it with a million bits, everything seems easy. But when you do understand one bit, just multiply that similar kind of things into million times and you have million bits. That's how you have to make it. And those of you who don't have any idea, let me give you the idea of your mind, that even if you study every single movement of your life and the topic is most complex one, and you are working actively, so you can remember, learn, understand every possible aspect of it. Whenever you get tired, have some rest. That's it. Relate it in your real life, practice it, live that thing. Unless you show the love, passion for the subject, you live your subject, you study your subject. No matter sometimes our concept slips by, but still, if you try and try and try, you work and work and work, you try to figure out. You may forget the name, but you will still remember the concept, and that's the most important thing, because you are going to be engineer. What is the work of an engineer? We are problem solvers. So our life is about problem, every kind of the problem. But if you are able to solve one single problem in your life very efficiently, like what is 1 plus 1? Well, it's 2. That's simple. What is 2 plus 2? It's 4. That's simple. If you can solve this much, you can solve any of the problem. Maybe it takes a little bit time. That is completely okay. But once you learn it, you learn it. You know it. Don't make it overcomplicated. Don't make it complex. I am discussing everything in this way because in the subroutines, this is what we learn. Well, it took more than 1 minute for me to discuss all these things, but this is very important. That's why I discussed it. And now let's get back to our topic. So, here we are in our addressing mode. So, let's start with the addressing mode itself and let's get introduced or reintroduce ourselves with the addressing mode. AM. We are the AM people. Well, I'm not talking about the time. AM. So addressing modes are basically describe how operands, how operands data M, which execution is to be performed, be performed. This is how it works. I used, let's write the complete definition. Sometimes I even start talking when I'm writing the definition. Don't mind that thing, because that became my habit to make you focused. The instruction, and that's it. That's all I want you to know right now. Well, we can mention one more point here. It means that, I mean here, it means addressing modes are used to define the address of data. Like wherever you live, it's your address, and who you are is the data. That's it. Like in the survey. What happened in the survey? Well, I'm talking about the physical survey that sometimes they come in our home. Usually they don't come these days. Surveys are also done on online mode, which is very efficient, obviously. So, if someone is asking that where is A205, so this is the address, and let's say this home is A205. So someone has to walk in here all the way, and then we can get information, or you can say we get data. Data is just a kind of the information. We can call it raw, raw data, and this is refined data. So refined data is basically known as information. So it's not into information yet. Like if I ask you that how many peoples are there in your family, it's just the data. Like I can use it for anything to calculate your financial income, to calculate how many people can possibly go to the school by understanding their ages. I can understand their names. I can understand just or just I am counting the people, number of peoples. There are so many things which is possible. This all happens through the addressing mode. That's the same thing which is happening inside your RAM, ROM, and other things. Well, we will discuss that memory part in the next section. Surely we will define other things there. So this is the data which execution is to be performed. Like I have to ask the age, so I will get the age of these peoples. If I ask, I have to ask the gender. Let's say if I ask gender, so I can know about the gender here. If I have to ask that how many kids or child is there, I can ask that. I have to ask how many students are there, I can ask that. So whatever the information which is stored on this address, I can get or retrieve from this point. That is the whole idea of the address. That same thing, nothing is different. Exactly same thing happens inside our memory. Like this is our memory. So this is our memory where everything is stored. So when a processor, you can call them IC, but I'm calling it processor for ease, is commanded to find, like in this case A205, I'm writing a random address here. So it will go to address A205, and in that address whatever data you have, like in this case let's say we have the data 123, will going to give us as the output when we try to read it. So that's the way it is working. I hope you understood the concept of addressing mode. And in the next one, we are going to discuss one after another all the addressing modes in just great way. And let me tell you something, that what we learned in the assembly programming language is going to repeat in this. So you already know half of the stuff. Yes, so congratulations, my dear friend. Even this offending thing which seems so lengthy, we have already learned at one aspect of it. We already know about it. So, see you in the next one. Till that time, take care, God bless, and keep learning. And don't forget to smile.